right, today we're going to look at Mobius strips. And Mobius strips are something that engineers use in their work. So I'm not going to say too much more about that because I want you to take the time to really think about what is going on. So I'm going to pull the camera down to my tabletop. Oops. Let's see. There we go. And you need to get some supplies. You need a pair of scissors. You need a marker, a ruler, some Scotch tape, and a piece of paper. The paper can be junk mail that you don't need. The only thing is if it's 8.5 by 11, it works the best. So if you don't have your supplies, stop the video right here and we'll be back. We'll be here when you get back, and then we'll all work on this together. All right, you have your supplies. So the first thing we want to do is we're going to make 4 strips out of this piece of paper. And it's easiest if you just make them 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches, and 2 inches. You'll have a 1/2 inch strip coming off the side that you can recycle later. So I'm just going to take my pen and I'm going to mark 2, 4, 6, and 8 little dots right there. I don't know if you can see them, but I put them right there. And then on this side too, with the 2, 4, 6, and 8, then we take our ruler and line our dots up, and then we'll draw a line across, a line across, a line across, and they don't have to be perfect, but they should be close to about 2 inches wide. Now if I'm doing this faster than you need, just pause it until you catch up and then start it again and we'll do the next step together. Once you have your 4 strips plus the extra 1/2 inch, you want to cut each one out. Okay, once you get your 4 strips and your 1/2 inch strip, and we just set this aside and recycle it later. And if you need more time, pause it here and then join us as soon as you catch up on cutting out your strips. Once you have your strips cut out, then you want to tape them together. Like I said, we're just making a longer piece of paper. Now, I overlap it about a 1/2 inch. Doesn't have to be perfect, but about a 1/2 inch, which means I'll need to tape it on both sides because I want both seams to be covered. And then with our other piece of paper, we'll do the same. Just overlap it just a little bit. That's not even a 1/2 inch. That's fine. And you want to do this on both sides. Okay. Once you do that, we're going to make 2 different Mobius strips because we have 2 activities to do with them. To make a Mobius strip, you're going to make a circle. But before you tape it, you want to take one end and twist it a 1/2 twist. And that's what makes it a Mobius strip. Now the same thing, you want to tape it on both sides so your seams on this are completely covered. So when we cut it, nothing funky goes on with it, that we can do that. There we go. And there we go. Okay, now we have our Mobius strip. So, what is going on with this? Why is this something that engineers use. So we're going to find out. What you want to do is you take your marker and you want to draw a line halfway down. So here is the halfway point, and right there, oops, like that. And I'm not going to lift my pen, but I am going to continue to make a line down this. Now, when the line meets itself at the other end, we're going to look closely at what happened. So you see I'm pulling it through and pulling it through and pulling it through. I still haven't met the other end yet. Oops, there it is. Okay. So you can see I never picked it up, but I met the end. But look at this. No matter where you look, there is a line. So this means that this Mobius strip is actually one side. There's not two sides on it. It's a single side that is continuous. And engineers use that in conveyor belts so that the conveyor belt will wear out on both sides equally before they have to replace the conveyor belt. Kind of a neat little trick. But we're going to do something else. So now we're going to, and I always pinch it a little bit so you can see it's pinched right there. And then I take my scissors and I'm going to snip it, boop, like that, just to give myself a chance to get the scissors inserted. And then I'm going to cut on that line that I just made down the center all the way around. It was mind-boggling to me that a piece of paper could only be one-sided. It's three-dimensional, but it's only one side. Wow, that's cool, I thought. Okay, now we have one big piece of paper. Now, is this paper, is it single-sided or double-sided? Do you think it's still a Mobius strip, or is it now just a twisted piece of paper? So you know how to do that. If we do draw the line on it, and one side has the line and the other side is blank, that means it's become a two-sided piece of paper again. So let's check this out. And if the line is on everywhere you look, then it's still single-sided. So, oops, see if I can twist it that way so you can see a little better. There we go. Now, just like before, I'm going to put my marker down and I'm going to keep pulling it all the way through until the line meets there. I met it. I met the line, and look at that. There's the line on one side, but not the other. So our Mobius strip, when we cut it in half, becomes a two-sided piece of paper again. It just has twists in it. Okay, so now we're going to do this again, but we're going to try a different thing with our Mobius strip. And get ready to be like totally amazed. Okay, so we're going to make our Mobius strip. We make the circle, right? And then we want to make the 1/2 twist. So we get that single-sided piece of paper. And then we're going to tape it on both sides to make sure our seam is completely secure. Now that's a really funny way of doing it, but it works. Tape got stuck at a funny angle. And there. Okay. Now we know that this is a single-sided piece of paper. But this time what we're going to do is we're going to cut it into thirds and not in half. So what I do is start it, and I'm going to do a third here, and then a third here. And then I open it up. I just did that to get it started. And then I'm going to cut a third. And you have, see, it's kind of like you have to make sure that you're doing it not too close to the edge and not too close to the middle so that you can cut it into 3 pieces easily. So we'll cut it all the way around. And like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, I'm coming up to my, look at that. I came up to that snip, and let's keep going until we get it cut into thirds. All the way around. Coming up to the end. Okay, let's see what we have here. Whoa! We have a little one, and we have a big circle of paper, and they're connected. So, what do you think? Are they both Mobius strips? Are they both single-sided or two-sided? Or is one two-sided and one single-sided? You know how to find out. You're going to take your marker and then you put your pen down and don't pick it up, but go ahead and pull it all the way through. So, there we go. Oop, there we go. There we go. There, I'm back to the beginning. This is a single side. It's three-dimensional, but it's a single side. Without lifting the pen up, it made a line on everywhere. Okay, what about this big one? Is it single-sided or is it double-sided? Has it become just a twisted piece of paper, or is it our Mobius strip? So put your pen down and pull. And this will take a little bit because this one is a lot bigger. Okay, I met the line. Look at that. There's a line on that side, and there's no line on that side, so it has become two-sided piece of paper again. So, how does that work? What's going on? Oop. That's something to think about. And we're going to bid you happy stemming until our next video.